I can't believe it. Uncle Roger just reviewed Chef Ranveer after we have been reviewing him for years. So let's see what Uncle Roger thinks about him. If you haven't seen any of my previous reviews of Chef Ranveer, be sure to check those out after seeing this video. And if you do happen to enjoy this video, well then be sure to give it a like and a share. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content. Now, let's get started.
Today we're gonna review this famous Indian chef Ranveer Brar Indian style egg fried rice. Let's see how it differs from Uncle Roger's style fried rice.
I'm still in shock that Uncle Roger's finally reviewed Chef Ranveer because I've been asking for this for like years. And today is finally the day. Now we have reviewed a fried rice video with Chef Ranveer and maybe it's a different recipe. I think it is because in that recipe there was no egg.
एकदम झकास जांबाज एग फ्राइड राइस कटेगा और इसमें से सॉस निकलेगा.
He making some sort of omurice style fried rice, but instead of just egg pouring down like regular omurice, he put some sort of curry in it. Is this Indian egg fried rice gonna be good?
Now, if you haven't seen our other reviews of Chef Ranveer, I highly suggest that you go and see them after seeing this video. We even recreated Chef Ranveer's Tawa Pizza, which I have to admit, it was interesting because if you don't have an oven at home, what do you do when you make a pizza and you can't buy it at the store?
और ये जो भी अध्याय हैं इनकी सब्जी पहले काटनी चाहिए. मैं आपको बारी बारी वही चीज़ बोलता हूँ कि इंडियन चाइनीज़ खाने में कटिंग चॉपिंग का काम पहले करके ख़त्म हो जाना चाहिए.
Yeah, no shit.
चॉपिंग का काम पहले करके खत्म हो जाना चाहिए.
Of course you need to chop first. That's the most obvious thing. What are you gonna say next? Oh, before cooking, remember, you have to go buy ingredient from shop.
Yeah, you would think that sometimes, but keep in mind, when somebody asks me a question like, what is salt? I mean, you can Google that. You don't need to go onto someone's video, ask a question, and then hope that they respond to you. Now let's see what Chef Ranveer is going to be using today. Well, it looks like he's going to be using some carrots, some other peppers, some green bell peppers, and a red onion, which is very common to use in Indian cuisine. But Uncle Roger, I wonder if he's going to say anything because he's always like, he's really big on shallots. Shallots are the ones that he uses for egg fried rice, not onions. He says they're for poor people. Not my words, his words.
And garlic. I don't want to be thrown off by the onions here.
Onion for poor people. That right?
क्या करना ना, कभी भी फ्राइड राइस बनाएं तो सब्जी काटें चावल के दाने की तरह. चाइनीज़ खाने में कट्स जो हैं वो मैच
Correct.
क्योंकि अगर कट्स एक साइज के होंगे तो चीज़ एक साथ पकेगी. तो गलती सब्जी की और नूडल की नहीं है, गलती उसकी है जिसके हाथ में छुरी थी. ठीक है.
Don't stare at me like that. Uncle Roger feel he gonna chop me next?
When he stares into the screen, it's kind of like one of those awkward moments, and Uncle Roger feels a little uncomfortable, doesn't he? You can see that. Nobody likes awkward moments.
कैबेज को काटने का तरीका मैं पहले भी
Cabbage correct.
1/4 करें.
Uncle Roger know I always say vegetable tastes like sap. But remember, this Indian style fried rice, not Uncle Roger style, and cabbage very commonly used. So that okay, we respect tradition.
Listen to this. Uncle Roger's going easy on Chef Ranveer. I can only imagine, especially if someone whose name starts with a J, not me, but somebody else, used cabbage in his egg fried rice. It would be more than a 2-minute rant. I know that.
देखिए कैबेज बहुत ज़रूरी है. ये इंडियन चाइनीज़ खाने में जो बंद गोभी को बड़ा स्मार्टली यूज़ किया है ना, बल्क देने के लिए. खर्चा बचाओ. चावल महंगा है, गोभी सस्ती है.
Correct. Indian Chinese food start out as street food. So all ingredient they use super cheap. You chop cabbage, add into rice, make the whole fried rice look bigger. But Chef Ranveer, now you're cooking at home. No need to use cabbage to increase volume. Don't cheap out on your wife and kid. Hiya.
ये जो इंडियन चाइनीज़ खाने की स्मार्टनेस है ना, मतलब एक तरफ जो चॉपिंग है
Green bell pepper, okay.
और जो
Again, Uncle Roger won't use this in my fried rice, but Indian Chinese, they're okay.
I mean, like, what's going on with Uncle Roger? Espabila un poco, eh? Come on, be bad cop. He's normally bad cop. It's super easy to be good cop in the videos because he's the one that gives everybody a hard time and then I can just lay back and explain what's going on. Am I honestly going to have to pick up the torch here and be like the funny one in the video? Bloody hell. God, the amount of work that he makes me do.
राइस की चॉपिंग में है कैबेज, ग्रीन
Onion, okay.
कैरेट, ठीक है। उसके बाद
Green
अदरक,
bean,
लहसुन
correct.
और हरा प्याज दोनों के लिए कॉमन रहेगा।
Green bean! That's not a green bean. Those are green chilies. Just look at them. You can tell that they're chilies by the stem and the little seeds that are in the pods. Somebody needs to get their eyes checked because I've already had mine checked and I have my glasses here and I can put them on, but I see fine from here. Those are green peppers.
तो आप अगर सोच रहे होंगे रणवीर क्या लगा हुआ है, बता तो रहा नहीं है कुछ, तो उसका मतलब जो है वो
What this spinning around for? Spin for what? Uncle Roger don't need to see 360 wheel of bean.
आप हर बार मेरी बात नहीं सुनते, फिर आप मेरे को मैसेज करते हैं
Ginger, correct.
मजा नहीं आया।
Very common ingredient in Indian food.
अगर आप नहीं पालना चाहते तो जिंजर, हरी मिर्च और धनिया में कंजूस
Garlic, of course.
ना करें।
Now, of course, I don't need to talk about Chef Ranveer's knife skills because we've seen many of his videos. He has excellent knife skills. But the reason why he's cutting a lot of the ingredients very small is because he wants everything not only to cook at the same time, but everything's going to be going in the wok. So you have to think it needs to cook at the same time, but also because he doesn't want it to be bigger than the grains of rice. Now, of course, sometimes it doesn't really matter. You can make pieces a little bigger than the grains of rice, but if you want more of a uniform shape, you want everything to be the same size.
सब्जियों की कटिंग आपने देख ली, मैंने छोटे से छोटा काटने की कोशिश की है जितना बीन्स को बाइट के लिए।
Indian people don't use rice cooker.
यहाँ पर
The whole country, they cook rice like this because they like cooking rice on hot mode. Uncle Roger, no Indian people. You guys amazing at making rice. So it's okay if you don't use rice cooker. But trust Uncle Roger, just get rice cooker. It's gonna change your life, free up your stove, and let machine cook for you.
Personally speaking, I don't need a rice cooker because I can cook like basmati in less than 12 minutes on the stovetop. Super easy. It cooks super quick. Any of you remember the movie I Am Robot with Will Smith? I mean, we're not there yet, officially, but who knows? Maybe in 10 years? It's possible.
बासमती है, आप सेला बासमती भी यूज
Basmati rice, correct?
चावल को
Classic Indian rice.
बॉईल कर लेना है, ठीक है।
But
पहले
niece and nephew, if you can get jasmine rice, just use jasmine. It's the king of rice. You know jasmine rice the best because people name their kid Jasmine. Nobody named their kid Basmati or Sushi or Brown.
Now, as far as anybody naming their children, I mean, it's possible that somebody's name is Sushi and Basmati and everything. It's very possible. I mean, I've met one person, I kid you not, his name was ER. Like literally ER, legally, just the two letters, ER. And in America, if any of you know, ER is the emergency room.
नमक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है।
Salt it okay, oil not needed.
रोटी बनाए तो देखिए, जब भी मैं इंडियन चाइनीज़ खाने की बात करता हूँ तो मैं टैंगरा या अचीपुर की बात ज़रूर करता हूँ बिकॉज ये कहानी शुरू वहीं से हुई। 1850 में जब चाइनीज़ मूल के निवासी पहली बार भारत आए चीनी की मिल खोलने के लिए।
Okay. Uncle Roger just want to see the fried rice. We're gonna skip this History Channel bullshit.
No. Oh, come on, Uncle Roger. That's the best part. Chef Ranveer always gives history lessons, which I love to listen to because he explains a lot of local things that I don't know the history about. Let me know down below, guys, if you like it or not. But me personally, I like it.
चावल को रोरिंग बॉयल पे लेके आए। रोरिंग बॉयल मतलब एकदम खौलते पानी में
Correct.
उसको बाउंस करने दें, उसके बाद फिर गैस को धीमा कर दें। देखिए, थोड़ा सा तेल डालने का क्या फायदा होता है चावल।
Okay, rice look okay.
देखिए कितने नाजुक हाथ से चला रहा हूँ। अब इस चावल को ध्यान से देख लीजिए, आपका फ्राइड राइस का चावल इतना पका होना चाहिए, इतना खिला।
Spin move again. Hiya.
अब ज्यादा छेड़छाड़ किए बगैर इसको डाल
Put in fridge, correct.
के लिए तब तक हमारे पास 1.5 घंटे वाला चिल्ड राइस पड़ा हुआ है, ठीक है। हाँ, हम झूठ नहीं बोलते, बेईमानी करते हैं चौड़े में।
I will cheat, but I won't lie to you. That's the most fuckboy shit Uncle Roger ever hear. Is this cooking show or Love Island? This guy just trying to get the was?
First, I have to say that he cooked the rice perfectly. Now, secondly, if you don't know, if you haven't seen any of our videos, the reason why Chef Ranveer is chilling the rice is because the rice will hold and stick together better when we go to fry it. Because if you were to add hot rice to the pan while frying, it will break up a lot easier. In the US, we have hazardous foods, and there's a list and a pyramid of all the different hazardous foods. Some are more than others. Fruit can be left out longer, but things like cooked food like rice is one of the very dangerous ones because bacteria will feed off of it quickly. So you can get sick very easily. So what you want to do is to chill it as quickly as possible, and you don't want to reheat the rice too many times, meaning that you don't cook it, chill it, cook it, chill it, cook it, chill it.
एग फ्राइड राइस कायदे से बननी चाहिए।
Don't necessarily need to be white.
सफेद नहीं
Depend how much seasoning you
के
want.
अंदर हल्का सा सोया सॉस, सेजवान सॉस वगैरह डाल सकते हैं, लेकिन कायदे से सफेद
Garlic, correct?
क्योंकि यहाँ पर हम ऑलरेडी उसके साथ
Ginger go in, good.
ग्रेवी देना पसंद करेंगे तो
Carrot. Uncle Roger don't like sweetness in my fried rice, but it's okay for Indian style.
So that must be the reason why he doesn't like Mr. Chili Jam putting chili jam in the rice. You know, the funny thing though is that the chili jam that Jamie uses, I haven't tasted, but I think it is super sweet. But you know what he uses more than the chili jam in almost everything, including the biryani, the curries, the mac and cheese, and everything else? Mango chutney. Mango chutney. He puts mango chutney in everything. And I guarantee you that if he was making this fried rice, he'd put mango chutney in the fried rice. And I don't mean as a condiment later. I mean cooking with the mango chutney, putting a couple tablespoons in there. And it's super sweet.
Cabbage go in, good, good.
सॉल्ट,
Salt, good.
हल्की सी शक्कर,
Sugar, no. Don't need sugar. Why you want sweetness in fried rice? You want sweet, go eat dessert. Okay, but at least it's just half teaspoon. And judging by how much ingredient in there, I think you can't even taste it.
Now, I have to agree with Uncle Roger on this. Personally, I would not add sugar because with the ingredients, with the carrots and even with the onions, they are sweet. You can make them sweet by caramelizing them in the pan, by getting that nice color. If this was a French chef making this, he would probably add a splash of white wine right now. Seriously, because the wine reduces and the sugars in the wine will help sweeten it without having to add actual like processed sugar.
कैबेज को जलने में मदद करेगी,
Cabbage can char by itself. You don't need sugar.
टेस्ट आएगा। नाइस। बेसिकली क्या है कि बस पानी छुड़वाना है,
Okay,
हल्का सा कलर आना चाहिए,
look good.
ग्रीन चिली थोड़ी सी डाल देते
Green chili, correct?
हैं, हल्का सा सिरका।
Uncle Roger usually don't put vinegar, but Indian fried rice, vinegar, okay.
I think in the last video that we reviewed with Chef Ranveer making his fried rice, he also added vinegar to that recipe as well. So I haven't tried it, and I make fried rice at home. I'm gonna have to try it and see what it tastes like.
तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम अंडा डायरेक्टली इसके अंदर डाल के इसको चला देंगे। और एक तीसरा फार्मूला भी है, वो ये,
Okay. Now you're putting the egg.
अंडे डालते जाइए, मिक्स करते जाइए। मुझे ऐसे ज़्यादा अच्छा
Egg going good.
A few years ago, we reviewed Chef Wongong making egg fried rice. Well, we reviewed a few videos of him making egg fried rice. Now, with Chef Wongong, he splits the yolks and the whites and he adds them separately because he says that intensifies the flavor. Quite honestly, if you're at home, it doesn't really matter and you just want to make something quick, you can do what Chef Ranveer is doing by making a well in the center and adding the eggs to the center and then cooking it. Is the easy way of doing it.
अगर आप ऐसे डालेंगे तो अंडे का फायदा क्या है, वो मॉइस्ट रहेगा।
Walao, 3 egg. I thought you want to save money. You're using cabbage to make the rice look more voluminous to save money. But now you just high roller. 3 egg? You want to save money or you want to spend money? Hiya, you tell Uncle Roger. Uncle Roger cooked fried rice. I only use 1 egg. But he used 3 egg. He egg fuckboy also. Remember, he will cheat, but he won't lie to you.
Oh, Chef Ranveer is a high roller, huh? It depends on where you live, but the price of eggs in some places like back home in the US have skyrocketed. Now, if you can afford it, you can use 3 eggs as extra protein, but if you can't, well, you know, you have to do what you have to do, don't you?
चावल के साथ में मॉइस्ट रहना चाहिए अंडा, लेकिन चावल डालने के पहले अंडा डालना है, चावल डालने के बाद अंडा नहीं।
Correct.
फिर तो आपको समझ नहीं आएगा क्या बन गया, मतलब अंडा भुर्जी बन गई, चावल बन गया, मतलब कुछ और ही बन जाएगा और आप कहेंगे रणवीर आपने बताया नहीं।
I feel like he's staring into my soul again.
He does have that effect with his videos, I know. I mean, we've seen enough of his videos that this is a very classic thing that Chef Ranveer does. He is emphasizing what he's saying is what it is.
चावल आए, थोड़ा सब्जी आए, इसलिए अंडे को पहले सेट होने दीजिए। अच्छे फ्राइड राइस में
French bean now only go in? I think French bean need to go in earlier. Because if French bean undercooked, it got very raw, grassy taste. Nobody like it. Small mistake.
He's not going to do like a follow-up joke. Oh, come on, Uncle Roger. He's losing his touch. Normally, this would have been a perfect moment to rub it in. I mean, he could pick from a lot of people. There's one person that he likes to pick from all the time. Poor Jamie. But in any case, that would have been a perfect moment.
अच्छे फ्राइड राइस में जितना सब्जी
Okay, rice going good.
उतना ही चावल, केयरफुली फोल्ड करना है, चावल नहीं तोड़ना। देखिए अंडा सवाल
Ratio of rice to ingredient look okay.
कि हमने अंडे की बेइज्जती नहीं करी। ये है जी लाइट सोया सॉस।
Soy sauce good?
लाइट, हाँ। अभी ये व्हाइट पेपर।
White pepper, nice for you.
बस लाइटली।
Oh my goodness. If Uncle Roger would have reviewed anyone else, he would have ripped him a new one with adding the soy like that instead of adding it along the side of the wok. I think Uncle Roger is a little intimidated by Chef Ranveer. I have to admit. Double standards, Uncle Roger. Not good, eh?
प्यार मोहब्बत से फोल्ड कर लेना। अजीनोमोटो बच्चों के लिए अच्छा नहीं।
But
तो अगर बच्चे खाएंगे फ्राइड राइस तो अजीनोमोटो
Ajinomoto is MSG.
बाकी
Amazing for everyone.
इतना अच्छा नहीं होता, बड़ों के लिए होता है या नहीं होता, मेमोरी लॉस होता है
What?
कहते हैं।
Memory loss? Hiya, why you giving fake news, Chef Ranveer? MSG don't cause memory loss. Trust me, Uncle Roger been eating MSG my whole life. I still remember my bitch ex-wife Auntie Helen. And memory loss, not always bad thing. Some of us need it. Who need therapy? Where you can just forget your trauma.
Chef Ranveer is like pushing the limits with Uncle Roger. He's restraining himself here. He is really restraining himself. Or it is true MSG does cause memory loss because right now it doesn't seem like he's remembering what he should be saying.
हो चुका है कि बच्चों के लिए और गर्भवती महिलाओं
Wrong. MSG good for kid. Remember what Uncle Roger said many years ago.
You just get a baby, put MSG on baby. It'll be better baby, smarter.
Uncle Roger looked so young and innocent back then. Can't believe it's been 5 years now since that video. You all been with me this whole journey.
5 years? It's been 5 years since he's done that video. Must be all that MSG that's aged him so much. And he's been eating it by the tablespoon.
और गर्भवती महिलाओं के लिए अजीनोमोटो ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं होता, इसलिए
Spring onion good.
अजीनोमोटो चाइनीज खाने में अवॉइड करें जहाँ
White sesame seed. I think that's just him trying to be fancy. That a bit weird.
तक हो गया फ्राइड राइस रेडी। लेकिन कहानी यहाँ पे खत्म नहीं होती। फ्राइड राइस बगैर सॉस के क्या फायदा? तो एक बढ़िया सा सॉस और उसका एक एग पार्सल बनेगा।
See, this is the biggest difference. To Uncle Roger, that egg fried rice ready to be served, but this Indian style fried rice. And when Indian people eating rice, they always need to have curry. That's why Chef Ranveer gonna make sauce for them.
इसमें हम डालेंगे
Okay, you're making a simple curry. Vinegar, soy sauce,
ग्रीन
ketchup, green chili. Okay, fine.
चिकन स्टॉक या पानी
This Chinese Indian fusion curry.
के लिए शुगर।
I've never tasted like Chinese Indian fusion before, but I'm gonna have to try it because I think I'd like it quite a bit. I mean, Indian cuisine is super flavorful, millions of different spices, and Chinese cuisine is also very flavorful.
फिर सारी सब्जी
Saute everything. Bring the flavor out.
गार्लिक। और अब इसको इंडियन तड़का नहीं मारना है, बस हल्का सा स्वेट करना है एंड वी आर रेडी। कॉर्नस्टार्च से इसको गाढ़ा कर दिया हमने।
Cornstarch correct. But Chef Ranveer, now the fried rice getting cold now. Hiya. You should prepare this curry before you make fried rice.
Uncle Roger took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to say that. I mean, if you are going to go through the effort of making this sauce before, you can easily reheat the sauce. The fried rice, on the other hand, needs to be heated and then served. You need to serve it like à la minute, at the minute.
अब ये देखिए दोनों चीजें रेडी, ठीक है? हमारी एग फ्राइड राइस रेडी है और
Okay, look good, look good.
अगली कारस्तानी करने के लिए
Okay,
एक
this is the omurice part.
दो
Mix together.
के अंदर डालें थोड़ा सा पानी।
Water. Why you add water? That's so weird. Uncle Roger never seen this before eggs mixture and you add water. Why?
We have seen a few chefs add water, and some other chefs even add sparkling water to it. It is very difficult to get two chefs to agree absolutely on everything. I think it's actually easier to herd cats.
This man right here is my great grandfather.
Being a cat herder is probably about the toughest thing I think I've ever done.
Movies, you hear the stories. I'm living a dream. Not everyone can do what we do.
I wouldn't do nothing else.
It ain't an easy job.
थोड़ा सा धनिया
Salt okay, coriander okay.
और इसको विस्क।
Water, very weird.
पार्ट इम्पोर्ट। अंडे में भी तेल है, पैन में भी आपने तेल डाल दिया। अब एक पतला सा अंडे का
Uncle Roger think he adding water, so the layer of egg get thinner. Look at this. Look how thin that layer of egg is.
I've seen this before. Chef Ranveer is making basically an egg crepe, and then he's going to put the sauce in the center and then wrap it.
के बीच से थोड़ा मोटा हो, साइड से पतला हो। पानी हमने डाला अंडे को पतला करने के लिए।
Yeah, this is not easy, niece and nephew. So if you want to try this at home, good luck.
It's not that difficult. It's actually easier than you think. You just need a non-stick pan, which helps tremendously. So a non-stick that's not scratched, and well, a little bit of practice. But maybe after the second or third try, you should be able to get a pretty decent like little crepe.
तो हम इतना पतला ही बनाएंगे वरना फिर हम खेलेंगे ही नहीं. वो भी नहीं है. अंडा पक गया. चाहे तो हल्का सा टेढ़ा कर लें उसको. ध्यान से करें, पता लगा अंडा ही गैस के ऊपर गिर गया और आप कहेंगे रणवीर आपने बताया नहीं. ठीक है ना? ये
I feel like he's just trying to show off.
ये आपका पतला सा ऑमलेट रेडी हो गया.
This egg so thin, it looked like it on Ozempic.
देखिए पीछे से आवाज़ आई है कि जो खाना बनाना जानता है वही बना सकता है. ये कारीगरी स्पेशल है, कुछ खास लोग ही कर सकते हैं. अब यहाँ पे जो है ना ये वाला
This one, he's gonna put the gravy, the curry in there.
पोटली बनानी है सॉस की.
To be very honest, it's not as hard as he's saying it is to make this. All it takes is a little bit of practice, and after a couple tries, you'll have it down. There are other things in the kitchen that are much more difficult to master, especially knife skills, which knife skills take years to master.
ये गया सॉस. इसको सब तरफ से.
Okay, this very cool technique, but got one big problem. The only way this can work, the curry and egg both need to be cold. Otherwise, you can't lift it with your hand. So when you're serving to people, it's just cold curry on cold egg on cold rice. Hiya, that colder than Auntie Esther's shoulder. Nobody want that. Very creative, I give you that. But little bit style over substance.
We haven't seen that video. Auntie Esther turned Uncle Roger down. Uncle Roger's a big businessman. He has a big following as well with his YouTube channel. He has his restaurants. All style, no substance.
Emotional damage.
ऐसा मौका फिर नहीं मिलेगा. आपके सामने टीवी पे पहली
Yeah, I think he's just doing that for TV.
कलर. ये सॉस की पोटली को बड़े ध्यान से उठा के चावल के ऊपर.
See, nothing steaming anymore. It's taking too long.
आपने ऐसी
The
कुछ
curry not hot. No steam coming out.
पे गए और आपने ऐसे करके और पूरा सॉस चावल पे खोल दिया. अंडे का.
Coriander, okay, for Indian Chinese style. Spin move again. Hiya. Enough.
So it doesn't look that bad, but Uncle Roger is right that you would have to reheat this or flash it in the oven to make it hot, but still it's a little too much with all the meticulous steps to do this for the home kitchen. If you were going to like more a Michelin star restaurant and they did something like this, okay, then I would expect it and everything would be perfect. But for the home cook, this is a little too much.
ये है मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट क्योंकि आपको सॉस को अंडे में बैठाना है. डालो और सॉस के ऊपर थोड़ा चावल डालो.
This guy obsessed with sesame seed. Uncle Roger think it actually looked good. Just serve this simple version. Fried rice and curry on side. It's easy and everything stay hot. Gonna be more satisfying to eat. Overall, all version actually pretty good. Indian Chinese food very interesting to Uncle Roger because it's like fusion of Chinese and Indian ingredient coming together. Uncle Roger hope I can go visit India again to try this. Oh, but no uncle title for Chef Ranveer because he talked too much shit about MSG. Hiya.
Uncle Roger didn't give Chef Ranveer the uncle title. Well, I guess this is what happens when you talk shit about Uncle Roger's favorite product. Overall, Chef Ranveer did fantastic. He always does good. Yeah, he does excellently. And we've also tried a few recipes from Chef Ranveer. And if you guys haven't seen our reviews of his recipes or our actual remakes of his butter chicken and pizza, be sure to check those videos out after seeing this video right now because they are fantastic. Overall, I think that Uncle Roger is either losing his touch a bit or he played favoritism with this and he was a little intimidated with Chef Ranveer because normally he's a lot more sarcastic and everything in his videos, and today he let things pass that he wouldn't have let happen with other chefs. We just surpassed 367,000 subscribers, I believe. Thank you very much for each and every one of them. It means a lot to me. And I really appreciate the community that we have built over these past couple years. So until next time, take care and be sure to check out this next video here.